Well, hello everybody. I'm back with another Beatles Finds video already. So, I got a lot of stuff and all kinds of different stuff. Records, memorabilia, promotional items. I'm going to begin with this. Beatles parking only. All others will need help. At least that's how I interpret this. Now, I first saw this sign on a video by Rachel, who now calls herself, I believe, Rachel's Records. She used to be Road Trip Rachel. And she showed this on one of her videos. I thought it was amazing. Now, I don't know if a lot of you out there have the same interpretation to this as I do, but I think this is a laugh riot because it's a way to, tout the Beatles and support them. But by the same token, the last part says, you don't like the Beatles, man. You need a doctor. That's at least how I interpret it. And when I saw this in Rachel's video, I said, I've got to get this. So I tracked it down. And my girlfriend actually knew that I wanted this and surprised me with it as a gift one day. So thank you, Rachel, for bringing that to my attention. Very happy to have gotten it. Okay, now, next up, sticking with the black and white theme of what this is, we're going to stay in black and white mode. You may have seen, I don't know how many of you watch my videos of flea market finds. Well, I went and I found a photo, one of my favorite photos of all time, of the Beatles from 1964. At the time they were making A Hard Day's Night, I believe, and they were at the, I think it's called the Acton train station in England. And I really loved this shot, so I wound up getting the picture, but I didn't like the frame. It came in a very ugly frame. So I was waiting a while till I could go out and get a frame and get it matted. And I picked the arrangement here, the scheme. I got a white frame for it. And I actually think this is a nice contrast. The white here, the black, the white again. And sorry about the glare, but there it is. The Beatles hanging out at the train station. And you can see George inside there if you look closely. John looking like the leader in the front. I just love this shot. I really do. And the frame that I chose is very nice, if I do say so myself. So, finally gave that picture a proper home, so to speak. Here's a song by Paul McCartney that I am not a fan of. A lot of people defend this song. They say, well, it's a children's song, you know. So leave it alone. It's We All Stand Together, the frog chorus. And I'm going to take it out of here. It's on a picture disc. And I'll be honest with you, this is one that I don't even know if I had already, you know. That's the thing. Sometimes you don't know if you're picking something up in doubles or triplicate as you get older, huh? Well, anyway, I don't think I have it, but if I do so, I have two of them, and that makes it available for trading purposes down the line, possibly. So, that's another item. Okay, next up. I got a bunch of magazines. This one is just the cover. This didn't have the entire magazine intact. It says, Paul is still with us from November of 1969. I guess this is kind of the Paul is dead nonsense, and there's a bunch of bozos out there who still believe this, and if you're watching this, you know who you are. You know, I don't like name calling, but I gotta say, I have no tolerance for people that actually still believe that Paul McCartney died and that it's an imposter because this has been running around here for the past 50 years or whatnot. I think that's insane. Anyway, don't have the whole magazine for this, just the cover. Well, I should say, I say just the cover, but although I don't have the whole magazine, to be more correct, I have the article here. Magical McCartney Mystery, and another good shot of Paul and family at the time. Okay, keeping right along with the magazines. I'm going to have to take a moment to take this out of the plastic. So, how you all doing? Somebody wrote in one of my comments, no, don't edit out all this dead space. It's good. It's better with the dead space when you're getting something ready. This is a vintage magazine from the 60s here, Beatlemania collector's item, talking about Movie Mania. And there's Ringo in color. This is a scene of him walking along the water in the Hard Day's Night. And famously, people know, as Ringo said, that he was hungover. He did this scene when he was hungover, and this particular scene, which looks like this shot behind the scenes, looks like he's really tied one on pretty bad. So, and there's the back with the Beatles walking down the avenue with the striptease showing back there. It's always a challenge to try to show inside photos when you're making a video and you don't want to damage anything. So there's a nice picture of Patty down there. Let's get a little bit more here. A lot of good behind the scenes shots. There's Paul and Richard Lester. There's John talking to a lady. Really nice little magazine here. I don't know what this is all about. Beatle baby pictures. Well, that's kind of weird. Well, anyway, you get the idea. All right, so we'll put that here. Got to keep this stuff neat. Okay, sticking with magazines for a bit. Now here's a full life magazine. And it says, Paul McCartney, the ex-Beatle tells his story. Nice cover. Paul and Linda. And this is a famous Life magazine from September of 1968, the days in the lives of the Beatles. I think this is in pretty good condition. All things considered, I'm very, very happy to have this one. This is a popular magazine featuring the Fab Four, and it's good to have it in such nice shape. Okay, now let's show a couple of laser discs. Anybody know what laser discs were? Some people don't, believe it or not. Some younger people. Before they had DVDs, Blu-rays, they had 12-inch discs that played movies. I never owned a Laserdisc player, but I'm starting to try to amass somewhat of a Beatles Laserdisc collection, even though I've never got into the Laserdiscs. And this is what they look like. They came in a sleeve, just like a record album. And you can see, it's like a big giant CD or a big giant DVD. And you would put it in the player and it would play side one, but halfway through the movie, you'd have to take it out and flip it over, and you would play side two, the second half of the movie. So you couldn't usually see the whole movie on one go. So. Also, this is an unusual one. In addition to having the Imagine John Lennon one, I have John Lennon with the Plastic Ono Band live rock and roll revival in Toronto. And this is a rarer Laserdisc, I think. 1969 show. Now, this was something I picked up because it was $1. And let me explain the situation. I already have this. This is the demonstration, not for sale copy, which you can see right there. If you can read that. Demonstration, not for sale. Got it for $1 because it was warped. But let me elaborate. I already have this. I have it in a really nice condition. The McCartney interview from 1980, which he did for Musician, Player, and Listener, or just Musician magazine. It was in the August 1980 issue that it came out. It's a 2-record set. When you actually get the release version of this album, it was a single record. But this is a double record on white label promos. Now, the reason it was $1 was because it's warped, very badly warped. However, again, I don't know, it doesn't always show up. This one does look kind of warped. This is badly warped, take my word for it. It never comes across on the videos, but it's badly warped. But I played these records, and they play fine. When you listen to it, you can hear it fine, and you wouldn't even know the record was warped. You know, the needle swims up and down like this, takes a little ride, but nothing wrong with the audio. So The reason I have this is for possible trade or to give to somebody in the Beatles community. Trying to show the warp. Oh, then you can see the warp over there on the right. But as I say, it plays fine. That's the reason I picked it up. I sampled it first. I said, for $1, why not? Now, originally, this demonstration 2-record set came with a magazine, the musician magazine, which Paul did. But this one did not come with it. And the first record, I should say, is the actual interview, just like the one you can get commercially. But I keep saying side, record 2. Record 2 has highlights from the interview for radio play, banded out. So, last item I want to show here is an upgrade. It's the Flowers in the Dirt World Tour Pack. I have this already, but it was incomplete. Now I've got it complete. That's another thing. If anybody wants the incomplete one, I'm sorry to do that, but it's better than nothing for now. Number 4685. I don't know if you can see that. 4685. Some people like to know. This came out in 1989. It's a nice little package. You take it out like that. There's a lot of stuff in here, folks. And like I said, when you make a video, you want to show everybody, but it's at the risk of damaging what you have. And is it worth doing that? I don't know. It comes with some postcards. If your set is complete, you got Wix Wickens, and you got Hamish Stewart and Robbie Robertson. You got a nice picture of Paul. Who knew when we saw him live in 1989 that he was going to look so vintage in 2019? We thought he was kind of old then at 47. He looks pretty damn good here. And then, of course, Linda, God bless her. And Chris, I'm forgetting the guy's name on the drums. I did pretty good up to that point. And here is another wonderful picture of Paul and Linda postcard, which I almost forgot. There's a tiny little CD here of Party Party. See it up there? The little tiny size CD. It's not regular size. Then you have this that comes with it. I'd rather be listening to McCartney. That comes with it. And we got also this poster. Paul McCartney Band. I will not open the whole thing, but not very appealing to me personally, but for the sake of completeness, it's here. And oh my, a lot of stuff here, folks. It comes with the Flowers in the Dirt CD, naturally. Although my copy didn't have it. I'd have to replace that. Oh my, see? Okay, this is a Paul McCartney World Tour sheet telling you all the dates that he played and all that, his repertoire, his agenda, his itinerary. That's the word I'm looking for, damn it. Edit. Okay, before we went to press, I found out that I also had this in here. It's a slick, I guess, for the Paul McCartney Flowers in the Dirt album cover. You just knew that somebody would say, oh, you forgot to put that in. You don't have a complete set. Well, I do have a complete set. All right. And then we have this here. Don't worry, I'll get to it. Hang in. Oh, my. It's a poster. Another poster. There it is. Paul, Linda, and the band. And, whoa. Now I got to put all this damn stuff back together again. But anyway, it was worth it for posterity to capture it. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Later.